Bridger developed as any other child would develop. He sat up, he began crawling, he made the noises that babies make, and was very close to taking his first steps, but he never did.
Just thought it was normal developmental delays. Then as time progressed, we knew it was something a little bit more. So we really didn't hear about INED until our second son, Bridger, was 7 years old, when I got a call from children saying, hey, we think we may know what it is. If you're gonna be at Children's, can you bring Bridger in and we'll get a blood test? And that was really the first experience we had with INED.
Definitely in the beginning, families struggle with accepting that their child is suffering from an ultra-rare condition.
Bridger tested positive for INED in July of 2008.
It was, in some ways, a little bit of a relief, because now we at least had a name to put with his condition. The real surprise was to learn that Essex was also going to suffer from the same disease.
Essex was 7 months old, and everything had been normal, of course. And so now we're being told that Essex has it, and we know exactly what this course is going to be. And I mean, it's just, I don't know that you can really describe it. That the first is the shock, and you get upset, but then okay, now you got to deal with it.
And Kelly's right. We pulled together as a family and made certain that we were ready to take care of our son.
And that's when we started having conversations with Children's about trying a bone marrow transplant. We all got tested to see about match, and Trip was a perfect match.
I remember one night my parents called me downstairs, and when you're 8, like you can't comprehend all of it. So it's just like, oh, I'm gonna get surgery to help my brother. When we kind of had concluded that it wasn't gonna work, that was pretty crushing, even as like a 9 or 10-year-old, because you knew that you were trying to help your brother, and like to know it didn't work, that was hard.
It was a successful bone marrow transplant, but it did not have any effect on INED.
Unfortunately, we still don't have, I would say, an effective treatment for the condition. We just partnered with Nationwide Children's Hospital, and they are conducting those preclinical studies that the FDA would be looking for in order to approve a gene therapy clinical trial for children.
By using gene therapies, whether it's replacing the gene, fixing the gene that we have, replacing an enzyme, you can actually change the disease course. There's still that hope of one day we could develop a cure.
It was inescapable to recognize that we were raising money for a cause that is going to wind up taking Essex life, who is sitting here with us.
And I think I also understood deep down the significance of Essex being there for those games. And I remember that being really cool. If you look back at some of the photos from the first couple of games, it's just, I mean, we look hilarious. But it's awesome to see Essex there too. So.
First couple games, somewhat a trip. I just remember the games, right? Like, we're ball players at heart, so I really remember just struggling to hit it out of the infield. I just remember it as an incredible event for community spirit. There's just so much happiness at those events, and it's really strong given what we're there for.
And what a wonderful way to, yes, keep his memory alive, because that was the most important thing, is that he had a huge impact on everyone that he touched, which, you know, some people don't realize. Even though he couldn't talk, just his presence and how he was, and people learning how to deal with children with severe disabilities, it changed a lot of people, and there are a lot of people that told us that.
We're very fortunate. It's an odd sounding thing to say when we're talking about having 2 children, with this condition, but we're very fortunate. We wanted to think about what can we do for others? What can we do for other people who maybe don't have the resources, don't have the extended family, don't have the capability to take care of their children the way we think we were. And so that did become an important part of our journey with Bridger in Essex, and it still is. If you drop a pebble or a rock in water, it will send ripples out across the water. And the question is, how far and wide will our ripples go? And what will the impact be of our lives on other people? And will they be an impact for good? Bridger in Essex had a remarkably strong, important, and valuable impact on other people's lives. Ours, the community around us, strangers that they met in airports, in stores, kids they met at school. And that is a tremendous legacy, almost regardless of whatever we do with the fund or with the game.
When people say, how many children do you have? I say 4. I don't say 2, because I don't want them forgotten. And that's what's important.